Welcome to the end, folks. I am now rooting for the Flux, just like I am rooting for the Anomaly in Star Trek Discovery, which those shows are on a very similar path down. Down. And they both have cosmic gooey things eating up their universes. And I just really wish they would just do it and end it all because this was the double down we were all waiting for. And how does it feel to know all past Doctor Who is meaningless? Absolutely meaningless, because the events were being coordinated by the division. And there's now thousands, as we suspected, thousands of different doctors out there. And they were just clueless, bumbling idiots running around a universe that was being controlled from the shadows outside the universe by the division, by the return of Tech Tayun. Guess that wasn't the White Guardian after all, huh?
I've literally just finished watching this. So Gary's had half an hour, 40 minutes or so to process this. I've literally come from ooh straight here, and this is one of if not the worst episode of Doctor Who I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely horrific. It makes no sense. It's Chibnall is a fucking pathetic writer. There is so I got so much. Gary, I got so much. I got so much.
It's okay. I got my notes. Because you had to keep track of, well, they've introduced so many new characters. We had, I think, 10 characters in this. We were jumping around all over the place. There was no context to why the companions were in Mexico and then Istanbul or whatever, or Constantinople. I can't remember.
And who was running the companions? Kevin McNally, a fucking guest star.
Yeah.
Because the companions can't run themselves because they're a couple of fucking retarded twats. Dan is literally, and I'm not just saying, he's literally retarded.
What are you
he gets about? spears fucking thrown at him from a trap, and he's just like, I nearly turned into a kebab.
And Yaz was like, you should have looked where you're going. And it was so bad. And of course, like, Yaz is supposed to be like Indiana Jones, and we'll get to that. This whole the whole companion journey was stupid. It was just to get to, for one, they had to call their dog, and that didn't even matter at any point. And then they ran into Joseph Williamson, is that his name? Yeah, the guy.
No. Oh. Joseph Williamson ran into them.
Yes, that's right.
He ran into them. They're going all around the world. Okay, first of all, we gotta say, right? What did I say on the real BBC? I said, I bet you the next Doctor Who episode starts and she'll just unbecome an angel and that'll be it. And that's exactly what fucking happened. It was just pure bait going into the next episode. They said, oh, what you doing, my companions? We left them where you were. But where you left them, you had ripped out this village from time.
Yeah.
And you put it back when you left?
Yeah, so they could safely escape?
Yeah. You put it back. Oh no, we put it when you'd gone, we actually tidied everything up. We put it back in time. We sealed it so the Flux wasn't there anymore, and you can get on with your life happily doodly woodly. What?
Oh, it gets so much worse. So yeah,
by the way, Claire
fucking just completely fucked off. We just fucked off Claire.
Where Claire? Claire d'ici? Non. Claire il n'est pas d'ici. Oh, je suis désolé. Claire, no Claire. Claire gone, bye.
Not even a mention of her. So the last episode was centered around Claire. It was terrible, by the way, and completely ruined the Weeping Angels too. The Weeping Angels are just looking at each other all the time. And it's like, fuck the rules about it. But they were just an Uber. That's all they were. The Weeping Angels were just an Uber to get to what we find out is Tecteun.
But this is what I said. There's been no agency in this fucking series for the main characters. They are literally taken where they need to be by other parties. The whole series, the Flux, took them where they needed to be, which was somehow in the Crimean War. And then the other Weeping Angel took them to where they needed to be. Nothing. The Doctor hasn't figured or done anything in 5 episodes. She has been taken to the place. Now I'm saying she, because I am absolutely separating her from the fucking males right now. I don't want to fucking drag them into it, poor bastards.
No.
Because she's been taken to wherever she needs to go. She hasn't worked anything out. She hasn't done, right, I've done this to get me to here. No, you've been taken everywhere. This is the most useless fucking Doctor ever.
And it's all done. They throw in all of these extra characters and have the companions going on their own, so the Doctor gets the minimal amount of screen time. If you look at what the Doctor did, it's not unlike Timeless Children. She just stood there being told things. But the biggest news, don't want to bury, and we'll go through the episode again, was the double down on the Timeless Children. And it's, oh my God. It just makes everything effing meaningless. And if I as a Doctor Who fan, I'm enraged, but then I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that this is where they're going to go. They're going to have to do a hard reboot. I mean, essentially that's what this is. This is a hard reboot of Doctor Who. That's all they've done. And it's all because they weren't just happy having a female Doctor. They didn't feel like that was good enough because they don't respect women enough. They feel like they need to have complete control over the story, over the plot. You can't receive power from a man. So of course we have to make the Doctor originally a female, and it comes from Tecteun, who turns out to be some psychotic mother, which we did see with her, killing children over and over again. And then we find out what division is, and I figured it was somewhere out of the universe, and that's where it was. But yeah, we start out the episode with the Weeping Angels being an Uber, and there's an Ood there because we need to have an Ood to remind everybody.
Member berries.
Yeah, member berry. That's it. That's the only reason the Ood was there. And the Ood was working for Tecteun. We got a bunch of exposition, surrounded by a bunch of just the worst contrived storytelling I have seen from Chibnall. And that's saying something, because that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah, they had an Ood as well, because the Ood is an empathetic race. So the Ood had to show the universe to the Doctor so that plot could happen later. Because the Doctor doesn't do anything in this series. She has done nothing. They have to bring in other characters to do stuff for her. Didn't figure it out. Didn't do anything clever. Didn't work something out. No. Has to be told everything that's going on. It is inane.
What's funny is Tecteun says to her, she goes, "You just won't be told, will you?" It's like, no, that's all she's done is being told stuff.
Why? Sorry, dude. Why didn't the Doctor just punch Tecteun in the face? Why didn't the Doctor, when it walked to the fob watch, which by the way now doesn't work how the fob watch should work? Yeah, because it's holding a portion of memories. No, it's meant to hold your fucking Time Lord consciousness. But whatever. After
your DNA's been rewritten into a human form, or a non-Time Lord form.
Why didn't Jodie just fucking pick up the fucking dome and open the watch?
Yeah, why was she waiting to get permission to do it? It was like right there in front of her.
But oh no, there's a fucking 72-year-old woman in the way. Not in the way, over there. Fucking scary. A 72-year-old woman who was a basic fucking Gallifreyan who had to fucking murder the Doctor over and over again, according to Chibnall's bollocks, to unlock the secrets of time. This is still a fucking 72-year-old woman she can punch in the face. But they both read the script, so they didn't do that.
No, they just stood there.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid beyond compare. And then because we've got fucking Tweedledum and Tweedledee, they just turn up and go, yeah, we can turn up now. What are you doing here out of the universe? Oh, we can do that now because plot says we can. It's Jesus Christ. This I want to fucking shoot them all. Characters, that is, not human beings.
Yeah, I mean, it was an introduction of multiple events to be a mystery box to kill time. We got confirmation of the timeless children. The Flux was created for the Doctor. Oh, and I mean, we could just get to all the other storylines very quickly and just get by because they're fucking useless. Yaz, Dan, and Professor Jericho they started out in Mexico. They ended up in Istanbul, and the ship that they're in 1904, and they're getting around pretty quick. I guess some years passed. They're following some clues to the end of the world that they found in a pot in a pyramid in Mexico, and then they have somebody in, I guess, Turkey or somewhere translate the pot to find out what the end of the world is. Then somebody is trying to kill them with a serpent tattoo on their wrist. I bet you that has something to do with the guy called the Grand Serpent.
The Grand Serpent.
Who is what? Just the other master at this point? I don't know. I mean,
well, that's kind of brings the Doctor Who movie, the sort of master kind of connotations there. I don't know, but
maybe anytime we think there's a connection to older Doctor, I mean, this character was created specifically for the actor or something like that Chibnall said. But we'll find out. I
don't care.
Yeah, he's there, and I believe is he working for Division? I think he's working for Division. But he's there trying to oversee all of Unit. I don't know if I can't remember, and I don't care. I'm not watching these episodes. I'm gonna have to save it till I do my full video review to watch these things twice, which is just bad enough. But he's overseeing the creation of Unit, and he wants to be put in charge in it. In the meantime, all Yaz, Professor Jericho, and Dan are doing well. For one, when they get to the pyramid, right, the first scene, Dan falls because he's fucking dumb guy. He's a dumb guy.
He's stupid.
Yeah. Then Yaz comes down. She's in charge of the mission. Then Professor Jericho comes down and falls. He falls on his face because he's a dumb guy. Get it? They're dumb guys. And Yaz is like really in control because for once she's not sitting down doing nothing. She's standing up doing nothing and stating the obvious that's usually right in front of us. And yeah, that whole journey that we're following through is to get to some monk somewhere to tell them to fetch their dog, which is called the Carvanista, which they did. And then the Carvanista says, I can't travel in time. And then it leads to nothing. And then what we just spoke about, Joseph Williamson, I don't know, the guy who dug all the tunnels. Yeah. Found him. And it turns out what we all thought for the entire show, because he's barely been in it, is all of his tunnels lead to different points in time and space. And it was just there to lead them to this point to save the companions because the Doctor isn't there. It's the most contrived shit you could possibly imagine. And Vinder's in it. Vinder and Dan's girlfriend meet each other. How did Vinder meet them? He shows up randomly at the same place Bell almost shows up at, and he sees Swarm and Azure, and they have a bunch of people standing around these lights. And he said, and Swarm says, "You are space, we are time."
That's actually what he says as well.
Yeah, and then we eat you, and you are our playthings. Blah, 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 blah. And then Vinder sees this. Sees how powerful they are, backs off and is smart, and then is dumb and goes up and faces them with the gun because he's a dumb guy. And they put him in a passenger instead of, I don't know, just killing him. I'm not sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Remember when Vinder has already met these people and they completely fucking destroyed him?
Yeah.
Why would you go up against them?
I don't know. Script. We needed to kill a few minutes because the less time we give to the doctor, the better. And we're just trying to stretch this fucking thing out as long as possible because of, I don't know, maybe because of COVID restrictions and filming or whatever. But it's just being it's so
Not even a COVID variant can save this fucking disaster.
not even the Flux variant.
No. So he's already fought them. He's already shot his gun at them.
Yeah.
They've just lulled it off. And now he's just like, hey, I'm going to try that again.
Oh, I know why. Because later on, he needs to be saved by Belle, his pregnant girlfriend.
That'll be it. Every man, stupid.
Empowerment.
Unless you're evil, then you're an evil man.
Yeah.
If you're good, you're stupid. I use good loosely. If you're evil, then of course, duh, that's your job, evil man. I want to shoot Belle in a fucking twat.
So, yeah, she's in it briefly. She commandeers a Carvanista ship, which the shield is now compromised around Earth. And the dog man figures it out, warps her back right before she gets to the place where Vinder was. So this couple that we're shipping that has absolutely no complexity whatsoever. They're just cardboard cutouts, and they were just made because, oh, the kids really like shipping. We need to have a couple be, by the way, they're the doctor's parents. They have to be, we learned enough truth to figure out that they're probably the doctor's parents. So we're not only going to find out, about the timeless children, we're going to find out like who the doctor's real parents were. We've already found out who her adopted mother was, which was Tecteun, and so anybody holding out that the master was lying, nope, master wasn't lying. Everything from the timeless children happened just like we thought it would, and really don't know how Russell T Davies can clean up this mess without just wiping everything out, which I don't think he'll do.
Then I'm not watching it anymore. I'm done. If he doesn't, I'm done. I'm fucking done. This isn't creating better Doctor Who lore. This is becoming embarrassing now. Fucking embarrassing to the fucking Doctor Who franchise. So you think this is... I'm so fucking close to being done. I've got one episode left, couple of specials, an announcement on who's the new Doctor, one episode of Russell T Davies, and then I can go, okay, I'm either in or I'm out.
Yep.
So close.
And it's only because of Russell T Davies I'm even considering it at this point.
Yeah.
If they didn't announce, I mean, anybody short of him, I'd have been, well, I'm just out already.
Yeah.
But for anybody who thinks that he's got a lot to fix, sure, he can fix it. Sure, it's a possibility, but I think it is minute. Do not get your hopes up. I wouldn't. Unless there's some kind of weird competition going on where Chibnall's like, I'm going to fuck this thing as hard as I can on the way out the door. Or make it as much mine as I can on the way out the door, which is the same thing as fucking it all you can on the way out the door.
He's already fucked it. He's fucked it beyond compare. This selfish, sad little fucking fucktard of a man.
And it's
taken a 58-year-old franchise and fucked it for his own fucking personal ego and vanity. It's a fucking disgrace.
After our conversation on the Real BBC last week on your channel, we were just adoring Doctor Who for an hour. It really got in the way of my work, quote unquote, workload, because I was reviewing Hawkeye and I'm like, I want to watch some Doctor Who. So I would go watch Girl in the Fireplace, Dalek, The Empty Child. It's just was such a fucking great show, dude. It was I just had it was nice watching it over and over again, and I'd happily screw off any kind of quote unquote workload I have for it. And then I just jump back, you see this, and you think, I know some people liked last week's episode, which I think did horrible damage to what was a pretty cool villain, Doctor Who villain, but now there's no way out of this. Like the only thing we're gonna find out.
This one did worse.
Oh God, yeah.
Because now we just got a fucking plethora of division fucking weeping angels just sat there waiting to go into fucking being told what to do.
Yeah. You got
like you said, they're fucking Uber drivers.
Yeah.
The weeping angels are literally a fucking train station to come in, pull people back, and then go back to the fucking train station.
From all the shit that we saw in this episode, all the things that happen, all the characters, Dan's girlfriend showing up with Vinder because they're inside of a passenger. Belle and Dogman are together now, and they're being attacked. We'll get to that. Wow. They threw so much at you. It's like, what did we learn? What did we learn? Well, the tunnels were access to space and time. We kind of figured that. The old lady was Tecteun, and everything we heard in the Timeless Children is confirmed, but we didn't really learn anything new after that. And the fob watch apparently doesn't work like about as well as the Weeping Angels lore does now. I guess it's just it's changeable. And I mean, at least acknowledge like what you said before and say, well, it also can be used as this. That would work. But no, they don't even take the time to do that. And they just try to throw so much shit at you when nothing was actually happening. The only part that is even worth talking about is the double down of the Timeless Children and how much it fucks. And you got to see how it's presented if they show a clip of it, which I'm sure they will, and so you don't have to watch the episode. But it's essentially the Doctor asking, Tecteun announces herself as, "Don't you recognize me? I suppose my eyes have stayed the same over the regenerations. I am Tecteun."
Yeah, but Gary, she's had everything. Tecteun took all her fucking memories, so how would she fucking know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
Chibnall's a fucking idiot. This guy is writing fucking infantile stuff. He can't even make small, smart changes. Oh, I don't suppose you can remember who it is. The person who took all the fucking memories and locked them away, and you've got them over there. Oh, he's so fucking dumb.
I was pissed when I'm like texting you. I'm like, oh fuck. They just
I'm just getting fuck, oh fuck this.
Yep. So they Tecteun starts explaining what the division is, and it's simply it goes against everything that the Time Lords were about in the first place, which was, remember, the Doctor got in trouble a lot for interfering with time. That used to be a thing. Well, they fortified time, basically. The division fortified time. They would hire any species to do whatever they needed, and the division started out as a Time Lord thing, and it became colossal and huge, and now it has a base outside of the universe, and it's destroying the universe because of the Doctor.
So they're the time agency from Loki.
Yes. And they announced there's multiverses, because multiverses are so hot right now. We've got to have them in absolutely everything. And yes, Tecteun was basically the time agency. And there's so many things it fucks up, but the main thing it fucks up, if you listen to what Tecteun says, is she says the division has had agents fortifying time throughout time, and the reason they created the Flux is because they brought the Doctor in and the Doctor became too rebellious. So instead of stating like a specific thing the Doctor did that was screwing everything up, it was more they're destroying the universe because they're afraid that the Doctor's going to find out the truth that they hid from them. So it's better to start a new universe. And if everything was fortified and planned, it really makes the past doctors meaningless, especially when we find out when the first female doctor played by Jodie Whittaker, who we will lovingly call Dr. Karen, is questioning Take-Tae, she's all, how many lives? Dozens, hundreds, thousands. And the look was no more.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, you're not getting a reaction. There's tens of thousands, 100,000, millions, whatever.
It just deludes everything.
But Gary, that just means that we can make more diverse and interesting stories.
Yeah.
The Doctor was a beautiful butterfly once. It lived for 2 weeks before regenerating.
It's about rewriting the past. It's about destroying the past. They're embarrassed by the past. They don't like the past. They just shit on the entire show. They disrespected the entire show. If I was affiliated with anything old for Doctor Who, I'd be fucking furious right now. Furious. And the way this show treats, I mean, just it's so fucking dumb. Especially the Kate thing, the return of Kate. You know, she's talking to the Grand Serpent. This character we just fucking met, and all of a sudden we're acting like we just know this, like this is a big character now. It's like, dude, what Vinder was just like working for this guy like last episode, and now he's running around Earth and manipulating unit for what? And he has a serpent that comes out of his spine that kills people, and like he wastes a bunch of time. Like, hey, I want to be in charge.
No, he psychically transfers the serpent into the other person, and then the serpent comes out and then goes back into them.
Yeah, and then he wastes a bunch of time like trying to get a job that he could just kill this person and take. It's such a waste of fucking time. After the person tells them no, he just kills them. Okay. All right. So what's supposed to be like smart about this?
So who gets the job? You don't get the job. Or because he's dead, now you automatically get the job for what? What reason?
Yeah.
Oh, but I forgot. Chibnall, he never explains anything because he never fucking thinks anything through.
No. Like you were saying in the beginning, how did Yaz and Dan and Professor Jericho get to Mexico from a piece of planet that was ripped out of space and time by the Weeping Angels where the doctor left? Now there was an abandoned TARDIS, so they couldn't use that.
But how did they use the TARDIS? They can't pilot the TARDIS.
Nope.
And if they had the TARDIS wouldn't have been abandoned. Because they would have been taking the TARDIS from place to place, but no, they can't use the TARDIS. So suddenly this village just gets implanted back into space and time for reasons. Let's just say for reasons. And then they're there in 1901 and they go, what should we do now? Oh, I know. Let's just go to fucking Mexico and look for a dish that's going to tell me where to fucking go next in the fucking TV show, because fucking, I don't know, I read the script, and then they managed to get all the money they needed to sail across the ocean to get there for 3 years fucking later, for them in the same fucking year to be fucking there and then go to fucking Nepal and then somewhere fucking else as well.
In the same year, and they're
in the same fucking year, even though it took them 3 years to get from fucking England to Nepal to fucking South America. And how do they know what they're fucking looking for? How? Can you tell us how they know what they're looking for? Sorry, can't do that. And do you know the best bit? The best bit? None of it fucking mattered. Because the guy from Liverpool walked in their fucking door and went, I've got fucking portal tunnels. Wanna fucking go in them? Yep. And then fucking retard man's just like, oh, that's that fucking guy from Liverpool, isn't it? Like, we need to go back to fucking Liverpool. Like, you go down into some fucking tunnels. Like, it's like Liverpool because I'm like from Liverpool. I remember from fucking Liverpool. Fucking useless. 3 years of nothing mattered.
Yeah.
And when they're doing the painting, they're painting the fucking I'm your human. Where's my fucking human on the ground?
Yeah.
And as soon as they just finish the last N on human, then the dog goes, oh, look at that. What, you couldn't see that before? Why did you see it now? Did your fucking senses go, hey, I'm gonna fucking scan Earth for somebody who's painted human? Why did it see it? Why did it pick it up? What's the correlation? There's no correlation. It's just plot needs to advance, so camera look at drawing on ground. Fucking hell.
And
this guy's writing for the BBC. He shouldn't be writing for a fucking 5th grade bloody nursery. This is honest to God, this is the fucking, I told you, this is the fucking worst episode. It is fucking dumb. Written by a fucking Dumbo. The doctor's going around, what's this about? What's this about? The companions are going about, what's this about? What's this about? And all the fucking ancillary characters, the ones going, well, doctor, let me fill you in on this for some fucking reason. Don't worry, companions. Nothing you're doing matters at all, because I'm going to take you to where you really need to go. Absolutely useless.
They tried to fix Unit.
And he fucking hard drugs.
Yeah. So Kate is back in Unit, and she's talking to the Grand Serpent, who said he is it was 2017, so it was trying to make up for the gag from season 1 that Unit got defunded. Kate has to go dark because she figured out her lock on her front door was.
But Gary, oh my God.
Oh, and she
says,
everything.
She says to the Grand, she says to the Grand Serpent, I know what you've been up to. I know what you've been doing. And stop it, otherwise I'll grass you up. So what, you saying you're quite happy that everything he's been fucking doing so far?
Yeah.
You're gonna let it get.
She totally is like, so there's a point where she's like, I know serpents come out of you. I'm psychically fucking protected. I know what you've been up to. I went in the past. I unlocked all the files. And if you don't stop, I'm going to get really mad. But
yeah, I'm going to period on you.
Totally okay that you killed a bunch of people in the past. And we don't, like, okay, so what's the Grand Serpent's relation to anything? And, I watched the episodes and maybe I forgot, but it's because like 90 other things happened in the last 5 minutes that didn't mean anything, and I stopped caring. That's the most important part. You need to actually care about this shit. This bullshit was just made to surround the 5 minutes of Tecteun talking to the doctor. But
Kate let him get away with it because she said, I'm only fucking spazzing on you now because you want to shut Unit down.
Yeah. Like she was
if you don't shut down Unit, I'm okay with it.
She was completely okay with it before and knew about it. Oh, and Swarm and Azure are in this briefly. And then, okay, so let's get to and we'll get to the people who have seen this. So after the exposition, we see the fob watch. There's a fob watch on a bookshelf, and we're in what looks like a giant TARDIS, basically. And it kind of looked kind of cool. I like the tree and everything.
Yeah.
I like the look. It looked pretty.
It's an arc.
Yeah, it was a seed. Yeah. So it was built to basically preserve everything from the last universe and take it into the new universe. Tecteun just wants the doctor back. She offered, hey, I'll let Earth survive. I'll let your friends survive if you just come with me. And it's like, and so the doctor's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save my friends. I'm going to save the Earth because Chris Chibnall will write me out of this one in the last 5 minutes of the final episode. And then I'll go to your manager because I'm Dr. Karen.
I was because we had the bit of the Doctor, the past Doctor Who of Karen, obviously not Karen, the bit of the Doctor Who gush on Real BBC on Tuesday, and we were talking about these great speeches that the Doctor does and these great episodes, and we just had a wonderful time talking about the good stuff. And so I thought, I'm going to really pay attention to Jodie in this episode. Fucking pancake. Just flat as a fucking pancake. There's no gravitas. There's no authority. There's no anger. There's no righteousness. There's nothing in it. It's just like everything's just like this. Everything's so one note. Everything I say is just one note. Everything I do is just one note. Nothing ever changes. I'm going to help you. I'm going to save you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to whack you. It's just the same fucking type of voice every fucking time, and it never fucking changes. So you never know. You never know. Anytime. Am I meant to be impressed by this? Am I meant to be excited by this? Buoyed by this? Determined by this? Nothing. Even when she had her fucking Yaz is gay and wants to lick the doctor's fucking boobs bit in the fucking episode where Yaz is just sat there looking at holograms of the doctor and oh God, I want to fucking smash my head on the desk. A fucking hologram which kind of interacts, but it's already been made. And it's just like, oh, I really miss you, Yaz.
Miss you.
I miss you, Doctor. I know you do. I mean, I think that's probably what you said. It'd be a bit silly if I didn't. And I'm just like, you've never, ever shown the whole series that you've been with Yaz, you've been fucking shouting at her. And this series.
They haven't been together for the last two episodes.
Yeah. And they haven't been together for 2 episodes. That, you know, they fell on a bed, which was just by the console for some reason. But other than that, they've just bloody argued. And the Doctor, as this Doctor has always done, has just let them wander off on their own.
Because they don't know what to do with her. They never thought past, well, we're going to make a female doctor. Oh, shit. We have to write stories now and they have to be good. I thought we would just be able to ride off of the success of virtue signaling. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, shit.
Russell, I'm really hoping somebody puts this in front of you. I'm begging somebody puts this in front of you. Russell, please. We just want the Doctor Who that we fucking loved. And not this Tecteun bollocks. We want Hartnell first, and we just want that Doctor Who that you started writing in 2005 back. Is that too much to ask? Because you were perfectly willing to give it then, and it was massive success.
It's the only reason this is around. The only reason this garbage has lasted this long is solely based on the success of those first few seasons. It's the entire brand. And now, arguably, we have more bad Doctor Who than good in the modern series, and it's sad to see. Especially, we were just talking about Christmas Invasion. You were just talking about how Tenet at the end, you know, oh, Satsuma. Oh, isn't that Christmas? After opening all the gifts, you got one little Satsuma, and then the guy like gets up and he throws the Satsuma and kills him, and he's all, no second chances. I'm that type of man.
I'm that kind of, that's a
freaking dime. That is acting. That is charisma. That is gravitas. Something Jodie just does not possess.
And it also made us think, ooh,
yeah,
this Doctor's got a dark side.
Yeah, he's not all fun and games, and he did have a dark side quite a bit.
Sorry, I got the Patriots game going over here, by the way. And the Patriots are fucking thrashing the Titans. Yeah, sports ball.
Sports ball. I used to like sports ball here in America. I don't anymore. But it leaves me free to watch shitty Doctor Who, and it was great because shitty Doctor Who gave me a break from fucking Hawkeye, which I'm reviewing right now. And I'll have it done. So it was supposed to be done today. It'll be done tomorrow morning. I decided to take the day off, most of the day off yesterday, and go to a comic convention.
Good.
I need to address one thing. One guy said on Twitter, I don't have, I'm not vaccinated. Did not use a passport. I took a test to get in there. Just to make one thing clear. It's fine if you are, that's great. But I took a test, and I am clean of that. I don't know about other stuff. And hung out with Chris Gore and Max, and it was fun.
Nice.
But what Doctor Who stuff did I see there? A Loot Crate box. That was it. That was all. 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
That I probably have it. in my attic, maybe.
I did talk to one of the guys who helped create Loot Box. He's not involved anymore. And I've got something to show. I'll show it off on Real BBC that he gave me. That's
Okay.
really fucking cool. But by that, I digress. Nothing Doctor Who there. Nothing. Zero. There's no fucking interest in the show anywhere. No cosplay. I didn't see a single Doctor Who cosplay. Now, there wasn't a ton of people there, but I saw all kinds of cosplay, but no Doctor Who. And there was a time where every little kid had a bow tie or a fez. The young ladies had they had their TARDIS skirts, or they were dressed up. I remember one year going to con and I saw more women dressed up as Capaldi than men, which was cool. Because you're only limited by your imagination.
Amen.
Imagination in this show. It's the death of imagination. It is a symbolization of imagination. It's a, as Robert Meyer Burnett says, a crime against imagination. And taking all the past Doctors and making them meaningless is unforgivable. And now you've gone too far. I didn't think you could go too far after the Timeless Children, but we always had that little, maybe the Master's lying. Maybe the Master's lying.
Yeah.
It was like 0.001% that could happen. Not happening. As I said, as said, and many others, I'm not the only one. Double Down's coming. The Double Down is coming, and it happened today. And Chibnall just cemented his legacy and pulverized the fucking show. So Russell T Davies has got an awfully big mess to clean up, and everything hinges on his decision on who the next Doctor is. And we'll know how seriously they're taking it or not. It sounds like they're taking it seriously by getting Russell T Davies back, but then why go through with a double down? Why not? You know, you're in charge right now. The BBC is creatively in charge of Doctor Who. They won't be when Russell T Davies takes over. And their decision was to make it harder for the guy they just hired to bring people back. That doesn't seem to make sense to me.
2005. Okay. Rose. The first episode of New Who. Today's episode. Everything that's happened in between. This universe is destroyed.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
So why are Sontarans, by the way, we're not done yet. The Sontarans show up at the fucking end because the Grand Serpent just invites them to destroy Earth. There's nothing left of the universe. So why is there so much left in the universe? Why are the Sontarans still around to conquer what? The universe is gone.
The Earth is the last. They said that the Earth is the last. It's the focal point. It's the last place that's going to be destroyed in this universe. And they're moving now between universes to go into the next universe to seed everything that they've got and to set the division back up again. So what the Sontarans actually fucking conquering? What does it matter if the Earth gets fucking blown up by the Sontarans if the Flux is going to fucking destroy it anyway? Why?
What's the point of it? I mean, you've got multiple universes, alternate realities, so the division just needs to exist now. Okay, I mean, like, I don't even know what the fucking message is here. Like, companies get too big that they outgrow their fucking customer.
The message is Chibnall's a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's the message.
It is so convoluted that this division even exists and nobody ever fucking knew about it, and they were able to just erase the Doctor's memories of thousands of lives, all so you can change the cast of Doctor Who, which you didn't need to do. You could be as inclusive and diverse as you want moving forward from here and just accept the past for the past. Don't even have to address the except they have to, because they're racist. They have to address this. This is something they feel this like it's like their first goal sitting down with Jodie Whittaker was Doctor Who is too white. We need to do something about it. This is
too white, too male.
Yep, too white, too male. This is the first before they wrote a fucking the first letter on a script or anything. You could tell it's bugging the hell out of them. All you had to do was have a female doctor, tell her stories for 3 years, move on. Didn't need to go in the past, didn't need to wreck anything. Just treat her like another doctor, but you didn't. You didn't because you didn't think it would work. And they were right. It wouldn't work. It's a male character. It's going to be tough to come back from this one, dude.
I don't even know if he can.
Yeah. And,
let's just say, for argument's sake, right, in the final episode, there's one episode left, and this whole thing's a fucking absolute clusterfuck of a mess.
Yeah,
there's one episode left, unless the specials are also going to lead into this, which I don't think so. So let's say they've got one episode left to resolve what's ever going on here, and Whittaker saves and rebirths the fucking universe. I don't know, rebirths all the fucking anti-fluxes it. I don't give a shit what they want to call it. And she does that. So what? Still got that fucking history. Or the whole universe is destroyed and we can't even have Whittaker's doctor die here because it doesn't. She goes into the next universe, then great. We've got Whittaker being the first doctor in the next universe. So Whittaker's actually going to become the first doctor, and remember, Gary, remember, Tech Tayoon said I'm never calling her the doctor. Fuck that bitch. Tech Tayoon said to Jodie Whittaker, she said, the portal that dropped you off into this universe came from the universe that we're moving into. So that wants to extend the Timeless Children storyline into the next universe if everything passes into the next universe.
They're not going to be addressing. I mean, I guess we'll find out who the parents were, but we're not gonna find out about what's in the fob watch. I think we'll get a number. I think they'll tell us. We're going to see Dr. Ruth, right? The first.
I do not care.
Yep, the first female doctor of color, played by Joe Martin, will be one of them, and we'll find out that there's others. There won't be a specific number.
Joe Martin, an anti-white activist.
Yep, the timeless child. I like that. We'll get to the super chats in just a moment here. Dude, it's
TC, total crap.
Total crap. It's sad. It's sad. And unfortunately expected. I never thought that they would see the error, and it's kind of baffling in a way. But this shows you, like, and we've said this before, when you make these ideological decisions, it's like going against your religion. So asking people to see facts, like, hey, your show is not successful. Like, it is degraded to the point where a normal show would have been canceled by now. Any other normal show would, if it had lost this much of an audience this quickly, considering how much it costs, it would absolutely have been axed. The only reason it's alive is because of the Russell T Davies run, which has brought a lot more people into Doctor Who. Then they get into the classic Who. I can't tell you how many people I talked to in the store who started watching New Who, went into classic Who, and just ripped through everything and loved it all. So it was great. It was great for it. Now it's not. Now it's not bringing anybody new in at all. I think it's a net loss, and they refuse to admit it. They refuse to admit that we made a mistake. We went about this all wrong.
Message.
Well, what was their initial message to the fans? Fuck you. That was their first message.
But that's it. That is the message. Well, the message is fuck you white boys, fuck you heteros. That's what this message is.
Yeah. Forgetting that for one, we're the majority of the audience, period. And that's not how we ever looked at anything. That's how they look at us.
Yeah.
And it's a resentment. It's obviously a resentment. And this is just about taking things away. That's what it always has. It wasn't about creating something. And it's so sad because they created something beautiful, something that brought a lot of people together. And now it's just a tool for division, which is a little on the nose there. But that's what this is. It is division. It's all about division. We got the Uber Geek. Gave us £5. That's proper British money there.
Proper money.
Chibnall's not an idiot, as an idiot doesn't know.
No, he is an idiot.
This C word knows exactly what he is doing and he doesn't care. Hashtag RIP Doctor Who.
Fair point. I love the comment. There's been a comment that went past the went. So why watch it then? We've taken it over. Bye. We've taken it over. So why watch it now if you don't like it? You know, apart from all the fucking 30 fucking years you've invested watching this franchise, supporting this franchise, loving this franchise, purchasing the merchandise to keep this franchise alive, keep this franchise fucking going. Why watch it then? Because we're hoping, foolish or not, we're hoping that something can be done.
Yeah, I would dare say that a lot of people wouldn't know about the Timeless Children if a lot of us didn't here on this platform didn't watch it.
I'm not fucking being kicked out of my own fucking franchises.
Nope.
By some fucking bunch of far left ideological cunts. You know, I'm gonna fucking be the person like we're doing right here, voicing how pathetic this shit is. Making sure other people are aware how fucking shit this is. Finding other people are just like, is it just me? Is it just me that feels this way? And hopefully by being vocal, by creating this content, fingers crossed somewhere we could deliver some change.
Watching stuff is what I do love. It's what I do. So good, the bad, the ugly. I cover it all and I need to be informed of what I'm talking about. So I watch.
Yeah.
This is why I refuse to call her by anything other than the Timeless Child, TC for short. She's not the Doctor, and how dare she stand where they've stood, says the first American Doctor for $10. I love that. How dare she say what he has said? Oh, I'll play you a little line of dialogue later that was sent to me by Problem Being. That you'll love. Hang on. Let's get to that right now. Boop, boop, boop. There he is.
Oh,
here it
fantastic
is.
win for the Patriots.
Oh, that's good. There it is. There it is. Right. There it was. Oh, now I lost it. That's the British PM.
Amazing. I'll always remember when the Dentioners were here and the Doctor was me.
One day, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine. From one Doctor to another. Good luck.
Look upon my work and despair.
Oh, yeah.
So,
do you feel all those emotions in Whitaker's voice then?
I know. I'm just reading off a teleprompter or a card or script.
Who actually speaks this bit? Which Doctor said this bit? I don't know. I didn't do any fucking research before coming in. I just gave David Tennant a call because he's like my buddy.
Oh my God. If you want a good laugh, listen to the David Tennant, Jodie Whittaker interview. And he's trying to get through it like, you didn't do any research, huh? You didn't think that was a good idea? She's like, oh, no, not good at all. And how did you do all the accents? How did you do the accents? I'm an actor, love.
I'm an actor, darling.
God.
Hey.
Maybe when TC saves the universe, it warps and she is erased from history, and we go back to Capaldi's regeneration and we get a true doctor. God, A-Sticks, I'd love that. Thank you for the $4.99.
But wouldn't that still mean there's been thousands of doctors? We just don't know. Well, we just don't know it.
Oh, I mean, they set that up. So all of this bullshit that's pretty much meaningless was to fill time for an exhibition dump. Exhibition dump. I can talk.
Oh, now you got me. Exposition
dump. Yeah, goddamn. Yeah. Exposition dump at the end of the mystery box that this is. I mean, it's just a giant waste of time. The specials are going to be one-offs. The last one will bleed into the regeneration, but the next one will be it'll be just like an episode. Remember last festive special? How much did they talk about the timeless children? Like, not at all. Like at the beginning, Yaz goes, "Is something wrong?" And the doctor goes, "I'm fine." That's about as much as they addressed it. And the ratings have gone down and down.
Big time.
And down.
Jodie Whittaker last episode had her worst overnight rating by nearly 300,000 people. 3.45 million.
Yeah, the US ratings have bottomed out at like 300,000. I mean, you could double it if you want. Say 600,000 in a country of 333 million people. It's on 2 different networks, by the way. It's also available on YouTube TV. It's also available on HBO Max. And it's lost there. It's lost there because nobody cares. And believe me, once we stop, and I'm going to stop, like just with if they announce the doctor and it's Ollie Alexander, is that his name? I'm like, I just no. You're on your own.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to know why, it's because it's another fucking identity politic move, and I just can't. I'm just too tired for that.
One's enough.
Yeah, if Whittaker fails to get 1.1 million in the consolidated tomorrow for the previous episode, episode 4, it will be the worst viewed episode of New Who
of all time.
We don't know about all time because we don't know about rating, how rating going right back to 87 and shit. But I got to go back in my video. But it's close. It's certainly going to be close.
It was like the Timeless Children was the 6th lowest rated. It's 5th or 6th lowest rated episode of all time, of all Doctor Who. So if it gets lower than that, then they're creeping into that territory. Now I don't know how solid. I had to look it up. What they were. I spent hours looking for it and I found it. And
she did get 800,000 consolidated the week before, so she would have to go up by 300,000 just to match the worst rating of New Who. So tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day.
Yes, it is. But even if what is it going to go? If it goes up, 1,000, 10,000? That's not what they were hoping for. They were hoping for a complete turnaround. See, in their heads, in the BBC's head, they're still right.
Okay. Yeah, no, whoa, hold on. I just want to say a little thing. When we have this conversation around inclusion and diversity, when we have this conversation around, well, this now allows us to tell more new and interesting, diverse stories. Okay, why are your ratings the worst they've ever been then?
Why is it that every time we hear that, less people show up?
Yeah. It's because you're so racist and bigoted and sexist and homophobic, you believe that these all act as a collective. And the gays will watch if we put a gays, the blacks will watch if we put a blacks, the females will watch if we put a skirt. And they don't have the respect to treat people like individuals. They don't have the respect to appreciate and understand that you don't have to see somebody that is like you to be able to relate to them. And so this whole diversity and inclusion is a lie. It's a lie. It doesn't work.
For one, it's something you should just do, but it requires human complexity, and we are dealing with people in entertainment generally.
It always has been there. It always has been there.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it's so redundant to say, well, I was watching this from this year and it had this color and that diversity. That is so pathetic and redundant to say. How crazy is it to have to justify that nonsense? Before, we just used to watch shit and people used to be in it.
Yeah.
Male, female, black, white, Latino. It didn't matter. And now everyone's playing a fucking checkbox game. Well, I'm not racist because I have two blacks as friends, so I can't possibly racist. I've also friends with a queer. I'm also so I can't. It's so fucking stupid.
It's obvious.
Doesn't prove anything.
That's what the entire entertainment industry has been doing for the last 4 years. They have been ticking boxes. It's been contrived and it's vapid and it's tokenism and
amen.
Like it's mandated tokenism from the government, from the fucking government. And of course it's the death of fucking art. Instead of just, like you said, if somebody's in it, they're in it. That individual human being, possibly with different pigmentation, is in a TV show. Are they a good character? That's all I care about. See, they made it important. They're the ones who were like, this is important now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a lie because, for one, it's about making things less white. That's what it's not more diverse. And there's a big difference between let's make something more diverse and let's make something less white.
Absolutely.
That's not the same thing.
That's absolutely correct. And that's exactly what the BBC are doing.
And the whole foundation of that is racist to begin with. But oh my God, far be it from any of us and you beautiful people in the chat to point that out.
No, we're the bad guys.
We're yeah. I like this. From the Craig Lee Lawrence Experience for $2 says, as your passion is showing.
Oh, I'll try and lock it back up.
No, don't. Watching Hartnell's first season, it's amazing how much better the stories and dialogue were back then. Donald Rude for $5. You are not wrong. The dialogue from the 60s is better. It's better written and it's more authentic and it's more natural than the shite that we're getting in 2021. Mm-hmm. It is some of the worst dialogue I've heard this side of. I mean, Star Trek Discovery is bad, but Doctor Who's doing more damage to the past. You could make a pretty good argument. Star Trek Discovery's, doing some damage to the overall brand, but I mean, Doctor Who's going to be a lesson for everyone. There is a reason Disney Plus subscribers have flatlined. Paramount Plus subscribers have flatlined. Doctor Who ratings have cratered. The Star Wars trilogy made $1 billion less than its predecessor, damn near for each film. There's a reason. And it's not just normal diminishing returns.
No.
No, that is people fleeing. That is your audience fleeing something they don't want to watch. They're fleeing bad entertainment. And destructive to a legacy. And the fans are generally the only people who care about the legacy. And of course, over these last few years, with the help of the access media, you, the paying customer and the fan, have been vilified. Because you didn't like their shit.
Wheel of Time fans, people who love the books, they are furious with this Amazon series. Cowboy Bebop fans, Cowboy Bebop, furious with the changes that were made. They're even coming out now. Even John Cho said this is an expensive piece of fan fiction.
Oh,
this is an expensive piece of fan fiction. This live action Cowboy Bebop says everything you need to know.
Yeah. When Jodie Whittaker said that past Doctor Who is a practice in the male gaze, I don't think that's something she came up with on her own. I don't know if she's capable of that. I think that's something she was fed and agrees with, but she wouldn't know enough about Doctor Who to know what the fuck it's practicing in anything. So
I got a feeling that when they got her in to discuss becoming the new Doctor, they were like, "Hey, Jodie, we would like you to become the 13th Doctor because Doctor Who is too white. It's too male. It's a lesson in the male gaze. It's a this, it's a that." Because we do know that Jodie knows nothing about Doctor Who, knew nothing about Doctor Who, didn't do any research into Doctor Who apart from a phone call to David Tennant. So yeah, so I think they got her in and they plowed ahead with all this fucking feminist shit and social justice shit and inclusion and diversity shit. And that's how she went forward. So she went out proud as a fucking peacock to shit all over the franchise, because that's probably what Chibnall and the people in that room in the BBC said to her.
Editorially, it's never been better.
PRB 2 mix.
Yep. Never seen as this angry. Thanks for channeling our rage. Hey, that's Az's passion. That's why you go to his channel. Nerdrotic's tweet mentioned on Birmingham Live here in the UK. Chibnall, Doctor Who is shite at the moment, but the sad thing, Discovery is a million times worse. Structurally, I don't see a difference, to be honest with you, Sean. I think they're both shit. But Doctor Who has done more damage to its brand than Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, and DC combined, because Doctor Who is the Doctor. That's your main character. And you took your main character and you chopped it up into little bits. You stomped it into oblivion. It is dust. It is a fart in the wind. One of the greatest series ever created. One that arguably helped create fandom. Definitely Doctor Who and Star Trek created what is fandom. There were seeds before that, of course, other things, but those were the first things to have conventions, gatherings, groups. We've talked about it before. And, I read about this a long time ago. There was kids in Australia and there was kids in the UK, and they were watching Doctor Who back in the 60s. And they would, I don't know how you guys even found each other, but you would write letters to each other. You somehow found a way to connect. Fans find a way to connect. And people were taking their little, 16 millimeter or 8 millimeter cameras, can't remember which, and they were just filming Doctor Who with no sound so they can watch it. Now, that's the kind of stuff I did as a nerd. When Superman the movie would air on TV, I had my cassette recorder and I would sit there and record the whole damn thing pausing for commercials. And back in the day, Superman used to be the extended version, so they'd show the movie on 2 nights, and I would have my little audio thing that I could listen to at night before I was going to sleep. That's what Doctor Who fans were doing in the 60s before Star Trek was even conceived. Okay, so that's the foundations it has in all of nerddom. It is one of the 3 greatest franchises, and to me, it's my favorite. It's my favorite still. And, just talking about it last week, for one, that was just it was a really great segment on the Real BBC, and it was not planned. We just started gushing about Doctor Who because and talking about the things we loved from it. And it reminded us like why we're upset. We're why do we do this? We're fans. I'm a Doctor Who fan. We don't need to explain anything to anybody, and neither do you. People don't get to tell you how much you care about anything. You do. That's what makes you a fan. If you don't care that much, then don't. By all means, don't. But this is a place for people who care, and always will be. And same with as I wanted you to see this. Thank you, Sean. By the way, thank you for the 5 British pounds, proper money. I wanted you to see this. Never seen as this angry. Says thanks for channeling our says push-ups 2 3 4 5 for $2.
It's just, the thing is though, this on a relaxed level, this episode was so piss poorly written. Absolute piss poor to the degree that it didn't care what it was doing. Its sole purpose was to just drive the Timeless Children narrative. That was the purpose, and everything surrounding that was irrelevant. The companions, irrelevant. Dog Spaceman, irrelevant. Irish, Chinese, Oriental woman, irrelevant. Fake Killmonger, irrelevant. Doctor, irrelevant. It was all to say the words Tecteun, division, past lives, thousands of regenerations. It was all done to do that, to push that narrative. This isn't a story. This is literally Doctor Who Double Down. It's not Doctor Who Flux. It's Doctor Who Double Down.
No, remember when the TARDIS? For one, the TARDIS is a character in the show, just like the
used to be
in Star Trek. Remember when the TARDIS was bleeding? It didn't just stop. A bunch of stuff from. I took a little, and I'm glad our Joseph Williamson showed up, because that was one of the things I had questions about. Dan's date. Okay, she showed up for a second. She said she's mad.
Vinder, she said, good, you've got a gun to Vinder, because I got some payback that I want.
Yep.
What?
Well, for what?
You're a fucking museum host in fucking Liverpool.
Yeah. So apparently, one of my tweets was mentioned on Birmingham Live here in the UK.
Okay.
That's what Sean is saying. He's saying Nerdrotic's tweet mentioned on Birmingham Live here in the UK.
Okay, nice.
That's cool. Fuck Chibnall. I honestly didn't think we'd get the double down this episode. Okay, I thought it would be next episode. I thought everything would get so there's more to come. There's much more to come.
But I've been saying it this season, everything's to service this new narrative.
Yep.
Because all we've been getting is division, this series so far. And then now we've got, hey, guess who's back? Back again. Tecteun's back. Don't bring any friends.
Yep.
To watch.
And what happens to Tecteun after her exposition dump?
After she dumped her exposition, she got killed.
She's dead. Like, what the? So the whole, like every 2 weeks, people are like, the White Guardian. It's the White Guardian. Could it be the White? Why? Because she's got a straw hat. Well, they knew exactly what they were doing. Yes, they put a straw hat on to make you think it was the White Guardian. They did. So we would talk about it, but then they would subvert your expectations.
Got him. Oh,
So,
do you like the way it ended with the guy going, and now I'm going to touch you, Doctor? And his sister's just going to go at the beginning of next episode, stop. And he's going to go, okay. You can put that in the bank. You can put that in the actual fucking bank.
Oh, remember when the Weeping Angel got on the TARDIS and she just
took her to the next plot?
Oh, and remember how she was going to stop the Flux right before she got stopped by Swarm? She's like, oh, if we reverse the polarity, if something can be compressed, it can be decompressed. And I just went, oh. If that's how they stop the fucking Flux, she just goes, oh yeah, this thing I forgot.
There's gonna be a VHS on Tecteun's ship. She's gonna plug it into the TARDIS and press rewind, and it's gonna rewind the Flux and everything.
Oh yeah, she's gonna reboot, kind of like the Doctor did in Series 5 of the classic Doctor. Every time Dr. Karen speaks, my man stick retreats. Says Dr. Karen made my ears bleed for 2 British pounds.
Yeah, I've got a fucking vagina at the minute.
I love my Brits, man. I'm sorry about this. Watch the new South Park vaccination special. I heard it's pretty good. Craig Lee Lawrence Experience for $2. I heard they because I didn't like their first one. I thought it was okay, but I thought they went a little pro system on that one. But I heard they've kind of gotten back to being real.
Well, after 5 variants later, and the vaccine will solve everything. And but if you've had the vaccine, you should still wear masks, stay away from people, do everything that you were doing before the vaccine that we told you to do, but just start sticking this poison in your fucking body from Pfizer, which has been bribed, untested. Never mind. Sorry.
By the way, yeah, I said don't count out future lockdowns, and people laughed on Twitter.
New variant, new lockdowns.
It's
all new lockdowns.
Is it the Megalodon variant? Oh no, it's the
Omicron. Omicron variant or something.
Oh my god, that sounds like something you get trapped in Doctor Who.
It does. It's beginning to actually sound satirical.
Natty Reeve Smith for 5 British pounds says, "Dear Stephen Moffat, we're so sorry." Well, he helped bring this in though, but yes, I had to make a very public and emotional and genuine apology to Rick Berman last year.
Oh yeah,
because
I could probably join in a couple of those.
Yep, I gave that guy a lot of shit, and I would
kill for some Rick Berman Trek right now.
I was like,
Stevens, bring them all. Come on.
I was like the husband who was just like a complete dick to his wife and didn't realize it till he like went to counseling and then woke up one day and like, oh, I was the dick the whole time, and had to go back and at least make amends, And I had to make amends to Rick Berman because I had talked a lot of shit about him, and I had to apologize, and I had to really point out what I had said, and gave him an apology. Probably never heard it, but that's okay. Stephen Moffat. I was never that mad at Stephen Moffat. I still think season 10 sucked. But I think he was just trying to be a company man. And I think he was thin-skinned. And when he was called, remember back in the day, he was called out for being a sexist, like over and over again. And I think he rewrote the entire Clara narrative because of that.
Well, I've had a very interesting tweet sent to me.
Yeah.
Which I think you'll find fascinating as well. Somebody said that Ming the Capitalist, I like that, has said a little thought for your next Doctor Who ratings video breakdown, which will be tomorrow. The lowest viewing figures in history was 3.65 million for McCoy's Battlefield. The UK at that time had a population of 57.2 million people.
Yep.
The UK now has a population of 67.9 million. So Jodie's figures are potentially worse as a relative proportion. I'll have to do some maths tomorrow, Ming, and work that out. It's a very interesting tweet, sir. Thank you.
Well, and I think we can, I mean, if you really wanted to get in the weeds, of the views that they add on later, okay, how many, and I think this is a legit question, how many are actual views? How many of those people actually watched the entire episode? And guess what? The BBC has that data. They know exactly how long people were watching. And they count, an iPlayer view is counted after a second. Just clicking. It's a view.
It's a click, yeah.
They're counting the people who just dipped in and dipped out, watched 5 minutes, you know. I think it's the all-time lowest. I can't see, I mean, for one, McCoy's stuff was good. I liked it. I watched it 1,000 times before I watched this.
Oh, no doubt. No, not even a question.
Ollie Alexander was the lead in RTD show It's a Sin. Tom for £2. That doesn't bode well. I mean, that was that show, and he also did Queer as Folk, you know, back in the day. He got Christopher Eccleston because he was in one of his shows. I can't remember what show it was in. I never saw it. Steven, thank you for the $1 donation. I appreciate it, buddy. I do. I can't say I'm surprised. I just thought it would be next episode. So I'm we could take a guess again what's going to happen next episode. I think Dr. Ruth will show up and tell the first female doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, who we will lovingly call Dr. Karen, some more of her past. We'll learn a little bit. We'll learn that there were, let's just say, thousands of doctors. I'm thinking more.
Tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands.
So the doctor is like billions of years old, which is just fucking, you know what? It's just meaningless. What did Syndrome say in The Incredibles? When everyone's special,
nobody's special.
Nobody's special. And this is about making the doctor less special, because when you have heroic characters, when you have icons, that makes people feel bad because they're not that icon. So I don't know how the entertainment industry is trying to work. It's almost like it is appeasement. I don't know how they're going to work this out. Sex sells. It's the reason your industry exists, but they don't want to use that anymore. Cis relationships are considered evil. I mean, straight relationships are things that are heteronormative, things we want to diminish now. You know, we have a whole race of people that they want to count out now instead of, I don't know. There's a difference between including more people and counting out people.
And Doctor Who has always had a very broad cast. I'm not saying the word diverse, I'm saying broad. Has always had a very broad cast. Always.
Dude, at the meetups, the watch parties we had at my comic shop, I would see a cross section of everybody there. And you know, we could only fit like 50 people in my shop to watch it, but it moms and dads, college kids, we had a little kids section for it, and we just put up a fucking screen. I had a projector, and we'd play the BBC version and have a good time. And it was fun. Have a little giveaways, give out popcorn and shit, and it was a good family fun. The 50th anniversary was epic. Absolutely epic moment. I can't see anybody wanting to sit around. Somebody put, I don't know how old it was, but somebody put up on Twitter, I think Problem Being retweeted this. It was like, see, Jodie's family friendly, and it's like her with a bunch of school kid actors, and it was just, you could tell there was nothing authentic about it. And I'm like, And I think back to seeing Capaldi.
Was it see Jodie can be a role model? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Because I did did you see, I don't know if you saw the video I did the other day about male role models.
Yep.
And I did it based off the press were trying to surprise, take out of context what a UK MP, Conservative MP, had said about male role models being taken away. And so is any wonder why young males are turning to a life of crime, because that's all they have when they look on the screen now, because they've been, all these franchises are taking away the male characters, the male role models, and replacing them with female role models, not even role models, just replacing them with females. So I did this video about male role models, etc. And then I think a very pro Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who person watched the video, and actually the message that they got from my video was it's not Jodie's fault. It's not Jodie's fault. It's not Doctor Who that's making people turn to a life of crime. It's not having male role models, not quite understanding that Whittaker is included in that, because that's somebody who's come into a male franchise and changed it to female. So I retweeted them quite happily when they said how good a video it was. And then people in their same field were going, isn't this guy a Whittaker's not my doctor fella?
Oh.
I loved it.
Oh, the press tried to misconstrue. I've been looking for, I read what he said, the full context of what he said. So the press tried to make it sound like that he said Doctor Who, the reason the female doctor is leading boys to crime.
Yeah.
That's what the press said. So, like, of course, when I see that, I'm going to go, well, that's fucking retarded. But when you hear the full context, what Az just said, he said, no, it's the loss of male role models is leading boys to crime. And that's what's led boys to crime since the invention of crime, is the lack of male role models. And of course, we know there's situations, not everybody is in a perfect situation. Not dads do leave. There are bad dads. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some really good dads out there, and it doesn't need to be a dad necessarily. I mean, you want it to be a dad, you do, but it could be an adopted dad. It can be an uncle. It can be anything, a positive male role model. And it's good to see them on the screen too. It helped, shit, my dad worked all the fucking time. So, I watched Captain Kirk. I watched Captain Kirk. I watched The Doctor. You know what The Doctor taught me? That it's violence isn't the answer. You can actually, use your mind. The Doctor has been such a good, positive male role model for so long. Just for that, the Doctor always looked for a different way. And it's sad. It's sad to see that go.
Mm.
And all in the name of, well, it's girls' turn. What, girls can't learn from men? Girls were doing just fine watching the show for 50 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of them, by the way. The Russell T Davies era brought in a huge female audience to Doctor Who that might not have been there before. I don't know. I don't know what the actual breakdown is of the ratings of Classic Who. Maybe somebody can look that up. I'm guessing it was probably mostly male, but at least in my store during those watch parties, it was 50-50. It was 50-50. Just as many women showed up. We had one girl there. She would like make the cyber makeup. Remember what the Cyber Doctor episode that was written by Neil Gaiman? Not the greatest episode, but she would do the makeup, like the cybertronics are all like spreading all over your face and stuff. It was fucking cool. Not anymore.
No.
And they
killed. I mean, Tennant was a huge draw to Doctor Who. He was just a massive draw to Doctor Who. He brought so much enthusiasm. I mean, that was the beauty of Tennant. Tennant got a run. You know, Eccleston didn't get a run.
Nope.
And Eccleston did some great stuff in his very short time as the Doctor. But Tennant got a proper run, and we got to not just see the fact that he had a very effervescent, bubbly personality, which people gravitate towards just by nature. He also had that dark side, which was great to write into the episodes, but he had an arc. You know, he had a big arc over his time as the Doctor. It was all fun and games, and then he tried to make things the way they were with Rose, and he was basically going through the motions. Then he just wanted to, have a friend when it came to Donna, and then when Donna went, he lost his tether, and he wanted to become the Time Lord victorious. And it was a great arc. What's Jodie's arc been?
Destruction.
It is. It's the bastard. It's the destruction of the franchise. That's her arc. And her as a character, her as an incarnation of this non-Time Lord, because she ain't a fucking nothing. There's been no growth. There's been nothing. There's been no change. Nothing. Gone nowhere. Done nothing. That's companions, the most forgettable, useless bunch of morons there has been in the TARDIS. You look at Rory and fucking Amy, and then you compare them to this fucking clown show that Whittaker's had in her TARDIS. Clown show.
Absolutely. For one, it says, "Hail Gary, as have a best friend who is obsessed with Doctor Who. He tried to like 13. He can't bring himself to get through the Timeless Child. Good. Don't watch it." And
it's sad though.
It is. It is sad. I mean, we all help. We're optimistic bunch, fandom. Okay, we're optimistic. So I think everybody was holding out hope that maybe there's something more to this and they'll redo it. But no, that Piers Wenger said this is their plan from the start. This was their plan from the start. So Jodie only existed to rewrite the show. That's her whole era is just about that. There is, I don't know if you saw, I can look for it. There was a great, here, I'll read a couple more before I don't want to bring it up if I can't find it. But thank you for the $5, Kevin. Ian Common, I appreciate it. And then we have Illuvator says, my childhood heroes, Superman, He-Man, Spock, and Kirk, and Captain Sheridan. 5 have fallen now, and B5 is being threatened with being made. I fear not even the I fear not even the Vorlons can save my last hero. Probably not, if especially if JMS is going to go in and what I've heard, going to modernize Babylon 5 with things he couldn't do before. Sounds like Bruce Timm with Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, they're just they can't leave stuff alone because there is no ideas, and the way that corporate Hollywood and corporate entertainment is set up, not even the BBC can fight this anymore. There's too much money to be lost, so you're not going to take chances. So they're going to go back and just remake everything because it's safe. And what it does is it destroys everything that was worth money before. Now it's like a feeding trough. The current entertainment industry, or even the past, doesn't care about this. They just care about what money they can make now. And if it ends up screwing things up, well, hey, we tried. But
you do know this Babylon 5 remake is going to be on the CW.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yes.
Because that in itself is almost a death sentence.
Welcome, Face of Bow, Andrew. You are not alone. Oh. But let's see if give me just a moment if I can find.
Remember how we're gushing about the fob watch with the master, and now look at the fob watch in this episode, just chat all over.
I think Jay Eggsy made a video. It's accurate 13th Doctor parody. And
it's great.
It's so good. My favorite part of it is we're going to have an international blockbuster episode, exterior shot of Hawaii. Now we're going to go inside this building in Hawaii.
Yeah. I just like the interchangeable companions.
Yep.
Didn't matter which companion came out. I thought you were Yaz. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Because none of the fucking companions mattered.
Doctor, I just wanted to say you're really great.
Yeah. Because that's what the Doctor needs. Positive affirmation.
Yep. Well,
holy shit.
That is the sign of piss poor fanfic writing, and we're seeing it in Hawkeye too. How many times did we hear Kate Bishop was amazing?
Kate Bishop, she even said it herself.
Yep.
I do get called the world's greatest hatcher. People do call me the world's greatest hatcher.
Kaz Devlin for $5 says, Darth Az, embrace your Wheel of Time would be a decent if it didn't race swap characters for virtue signaling points. I think that can be said, Kaz, about every single show we have been covering so far. There are some exceptions, but they are rare and few. Rare and few. A sad thing is, with good writing and casting, a female Doctor would have worked. Just look at Missy. The franchise has to get back to familiar waters.
Well, the thing I'll say about Missy Day, I mean, he could have we do know, with Whittaker, we just don't know anymore. But Missy was playing a bad guy. And there's kind of a little bit more that you can do with that, as Michelle Gomez showed, because she was just fucking incredible. So it's so difficult to say, because if we had Michelle Gomez as the Doctor, how would Michelle Gomez have been as the Doctor? Would we have seen some of that great sharp wit, that biting kind of kookiness about her? If it was all right, then yeah, it could have been, you just don't know. But it definitely showed that. All that it shows, I will say this, right? There are male and female Time Lords. So you can have great female Time Lords. But to me, the Doctor's a man. Just have a great female Time Lord.
Just make a show with a great female Time Lord. You want to know why they didn't do that? Because they didn't have faith that a female Time Lord would bring in enough audience. So they had to use the male established brand, which makes the move inherently sexist. Could the whole Whittaker run be a dream for those from those face hugger things from the Capaldi run from the Christmas special?
Oh, I hope so. Fuck, if this ends with Capaldi sort of waking up or some shit like that, I would freak out. It'd be the best day of my life.
Last Christmas with the waif in it from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
In her checklist, she says watch Thrones, and
did it say watch? I didn't see that.
Thrones on her checklist. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that.
I like that episode.
It was different. I was concerned when when fucking Santa Claus arrived at the stuff.
Yeah.
But no, the episode was kind of creepy, and I liked it. And yeah, they subverted that one pretty well.
In the month of December, I'm going to watch, I always do it. I'm going to watch all the Christmas episodes. And by the way, The Unquiet Dead is Eccleston's Christmas episode. So you can even use that one. and with Charles Dickens. And what's that actor's name again? He was in Hawkeye.
Simon Callow.
Simon Callow, great actor.
Great actor.
Fucking, he just chews up scenery even in his little scene in Hawkeye, chews up scenery.
When he was in that little scene in Hawkeye, you were paying attention to him because he's such a great actor. He's got such great presence. Then he was dead.
Yeah. Santa Inc. is now at 1.1 thousand upvotes and 12,000 downvotes. This Mikey Gussler for $2. It's got about 1 million more to go, Mikey. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, somebody has devised a dislike extension for Google Chrome. That if you put it in, you can still see all the dislikes again.
I did find a HBO Max watch party extension for Google Chrome to where maybe we could do Christmas special watch parties for Doctor Who.
I'd like to do a watch party. That'd be fun to do over Christmas, wouldn't it?
We should do that. I fucking love
to watch some of our favorite episodes.
Yep. We could do, what, 3, 4, 5, something like that,
Yeah. Pick your 5. Obviously, correspond so we're not doubling up because there's a very high likelihood we're going to double up. So if we double up, then that person just changes theirs to the next favorite. So we got 10 episodes or 8 episodes, whatever, of different Doctor Who that we love.
Fuck yeah. I'm down. I'm totally down. I met Tom Baker at my school when I was 6 or 7. He was the Doctor, magical, completely and totally embodied the character. The current actor is crap, says MDX7 for £4.49. Is this a £4.49? Is it pence? Is it cent?
Yeah, well, you just say £4.49, but it is technically £4.49.
P. Okay.
Or pence. Or P. You pick one. P, pence, pennies.
Okay. I always get held up on that one a little bit. Nuclear Winter Gamer for 5 Canadian pesos says, feels good to hear Gary would go for some Rick Berman. I loved Star Trek Enterprise. They will never retcon any of it, so it's safe. Yeah.
Enterprise. I rewatched Enterprise recently again, and my God, in 2020, I think it's 2019 that I watched it. It's very, very watchable.
Over what we have now, yes. Well, my perspective's changed on a lot of things from the past. I watched it actually as a whole a couple years ago. I watched the first couple seasons and just dipped because I hated the theme song. But then everything about it was just that
was the biggest mistake of Enterprise. It's the theme song.
Yep.
And I did dip after the first 2 seasons myself when it was on. Back in 2004, whenever. I did actually dip after the first 2 seasons. And then around about 2012, 2013, I decided to watch it all. And I was like, this wasn't bad. And season 3 and season 4 are better than season 1 and season 2. Bad final episode, but okay. But then rewatching it again, 2019, I think it was just like, wow, compared to the Trek that we have now, this is some great stuff.
Yes, it's genius. Oh shit. Compared to Tracy Wilburn on the donation side for $5, like so many other people, I could have accepted a female doctor if it had been done. If it hadn't been done for agenda. I can proudly say that I have not seen any of this trash. The Doctor ended with the Clara show featuring the Doctor.
Yeah.
People were. I mean, that's where the American audience really started dipping out. Because listen, Doctor Who had a formula that worked here in the States, and I think it did cause a bit of a division in Doctor Who fandom, especially from across the pond and here. We in the States wanted young, sexy companions for sure, and a more action-oriented Doctor. So when they saw old Doctor, they're like, a lot of the kids dipped. They did. That's just a reality. It grew on me, and I love Capaldi, and I think a lot of people would beg for Capaldi back. Come on. Just under different circumstances. But yeah, it was just
I loved him.
We all knew when the Doctor was chosen, when the female Doctor was chosen, that it would not just be a female Doctor and we're going to treat it like another Doctor. We knew it would be filled with identity politics, because that was the basis of the decision. So why wouldn't it be that way? And there were few people at the time calling it out for what it was. I mean, a precious few. I mean, a couple that I remember seeing. And that was Dave Cullen and Bolstrek. I was not going to even watch it. I had to be talked into watching it. I'm like, nope, I'm done. That's it. I don't want this to taint my, I got talked in.
I stopped after 2 episodes of Whitaker and watched Bolstrek. Watched his videos. By the way, Dan Hadley's just tweeted out, just gone, I'm done. That's it. Stop what I'm done.
He did? From the
not watching Doctor Who live anymore after decades of never missing it.
I'll share his tweet. Hang on.
So this is totally fun. This is the worst episode I've ever seen.
Maybe we'll I know Dan does his own show, but maybe we'll have him on for the finale a little bit. We'll do some guests. I'm gonna have to cut this one short in a little bit, but yeah, here I'm trying to pull up his tweet here. Yep, there it is. There it is, right there. Dan's a good guy, by the way. We like Dan. Dan is fair. I'm fair too, but I'm not going to compromise anything. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't think it was a good decision from the get-go. I didn't think it would work from the get-go. I certainly could have been won over. You write something good enough, I can be won over no matter what's involved. If it's compelling writing with a compelling character and it takes its universe seriously, I can get drawn in. That did not happen, obviously. Here is Dan's tweet. Not watching Doctor Who live anymore, as just said. After decades of never missing, it jolts, but was necessary. Coming here, seeing widespread despair following yet another turd. It's horrible. Most have clearly had their weekends ruined again. Will there be anything left to save in 2023? Ooh. Dan, I don't think so, man. Unless, you know what? RTD, you have creative control. Right now, the ball is in your court, and you have the faith of the fandom. Even the most critical fandom. I have an inkling. I have a spark of faith. Don't make me regret that. I would love to hear from you very soon. I understand respect for other writers, but this goes beyond that because, dude, there ain't going to be enough people to come back to your show if something isn't said about this or something radical better happen next episode. I don't think it's going to happen though.
And if it does, Chibnall, you can make it as contrived as everything else you've fucking written, as far as I'm concerned, if it gets rid of all this shite.
I said it when the Timeless Children happened. That's the line in the sand from the shills and the fans, who are just people who want to grapple onto this show for whatever reason and don't really care the ins and outs of the plot of this character we've invested in for years and years. Bradley Burnett for $10 says, things on all of these shows, New Who, STD, MCU, have gone so far off the rails and onto the woke railroad that subverting our expectations has now become being something completely unwoke. The next Doctor being a cis white male, subversive. Absolutely. That which it will not be. It just flat out won't be. I don't need it to be a white male.
I want a male. I think the Doctor's male. But I just want somebody I can fucking enjoy. I don't care if you're white, black, fucking Persian, burnt sienna. I don't give a shit. They need to have they need to be the Doctor. They need to be strong enough of an actor to have that charisma and personality and levity and depth and darkness. They need
been watching Doctor Who since 1976. I saw the first 13th Who episode and said I'm out. It was over from her first episode, the first female Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker. And it was. And what was the drop after the first episode? It was almost a 50% drop.
In season 11?
In season 11.
I'll check.
I want to say it was, it went from, remember.
It was a big drop. I do know that.
After the Consolidated, they did another Consolidated, and they looked in the couch at the BBC, and they found like 200,000 more views, so it could be more watched than Eccleston.
Okay, actually, no, actually, it was quite gradual. Consolidated, well, yeah, Consolidated. That's in the hands of the BBC, kind of, you know. Consolidated 10.54 million. Episode 1, episode 2, 8.67, episode 3, 8.09. But by episode 10, it was 6.48. So it lost 40% of its audience from episode 1 to episode 10. It lost 20% of its audience from episode 1 to episode 3 or 4 in this season. And it was already down. You know, it lost 1 million. It was started at 4 point something million. It was down to 3 point something million.
I remember 4 being the breaking point. 2 was for me. It was 2. It was the Rosa episode. It was just having a fucking white woman, Karen, being involved in any way in the decision that went down on that bus is fucking, believe me, that would have not gone down well if that was written here. Trust me. That it largely went unnoticed because it was a British thing. But dude, if it was an American production company that made an American show that had a fucking blonde-haired fucking woman guiding Rosa Parks into her decision.
Well, that was it. I'd watched the first 2 episodes of Whittaker's Run. I thought they were boring as hell. And then it was like, next week, hi, I'm Rosa Parks. I was like, out! I'm out! And this is because when I was YouTubing at that time, I wasn't doing pop culture. I was doing video games. That's what my channel was. It was video games. And so watching things like Doctor Who for me was entertainment. So I could go, I'm out, because it didn't involve my channel. I wasn't making videos on it. So I didn't watch the rest of that season. Haven't watched the rest of that season. Will never watch the rest of that fucking season, including the Christmas special. And then after the first episode of Spyfall, people said, "Hey, Az, the first episode of Spyfall's not that bad. Can you please review it?" And because then I was doing things like Batwoman and because I do in my streams, my video game streams, I used to talk about, you know, what franchises I love: Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, yada yada yada. And so I got bullied. I will always say that, folks, into reviewing Spyfall, and then they wanted me to continue, and I was already fucking saying this is shite. I mean, Spyfall Part 2 was shockingly bad, and it didn't get any better from there. And then I fell into the pop culture because then that made me link with Bowles Trek and you. And the rest, as they say, is l'histoire, is history.
I've been reviewing Doctor Who on this channel since Time of the Doctor. Matt Smith's last episode. Nobody watched that shit before, and I was watching it for entertainment purposes, and then Jody was announced. I believe it was July of 2017. You know, the rest is history. I was out and I had a room. Yeah, there might be pictures of it, but my office was like this, except it was all Doctor Who. All Doctor Who. There was nothing else. Like this game was in the garage. Everything Marvel, everything was all packed up. And it was just all Doctor Who because I wanted a Doctor Who room. I took it all down that day. Took it all down. Jester Roanoke for $1 says, any ludicrous theory I could come up with is nothing compared to with Chibnall's boundless stupidity. He's ruining the show on the way out like the man child he is. I agree. I think he's butthurt that RTD's coming back. And I think there's a professional or unprofessional competition going on here. Big Prick for $1 says, this episode was utter trash. Chibnall is a pathetic writer. I shouted fuck off. I did too, many times at the screen. How much did you yell fuck off as?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
As soon as that person went, I'm tactile, I went fuck right off.
Fuck off. Fuck this show. Fuck you. This era couldn't just taint itself with the poison of ideology. Chris Chibnall had to get his sausage fingers on every aspect of the show. Well said, Big Prick. SJ Almighty for $6.67 on the donation side, by the way. This is not through super chats. Thought this show could be saved, but after tonight's episode, I'm really not sure. I thought of all RTD needed to do was to retcon the retcon, but now I'm thinking they may need to completely wipe seasons 11, 12, and 13 and get Capaldi back, losing all hope. Yeah, that's something that's not going to happen. Tomo for $3 says, recommended listening to Peter Capaldi his debut album, say Christopher, as opposed to watching this show. Basically sounds like the 12th Doctor singing Miss Him and Matt Smith. My favorite Doctors. Oh, cool. Well, I would recommend paying your taxes than watching the show. Taking a walk, going to sleep.
Come in. I'm not gonna go that.
Watching your football team lose. I mean, this is pretty much like
I did yesterday.
Oh my God. It's terrible. It's terrible. And then we have the creative time traveler says, been watching Doctor Who since 1976. I read this one already, but there you got it. You get it twice. How's that sound? We got some super stickers, $1.49 from Das Gecko. Another one and another one. Wow, so many.
Oh shit. Yeah, I did a live reaction to the Timeless Children. I recorded myself watching it last year.
Yeah.
And then I did an edited. Oh, wow.
I went through and watched them all. I watched all the live reactions and I put a bunch together in a video, and I don't know if there's enough people left to do a reaction to this one, but this was fucked. This is absolutely fucked what happened, folks. And if you're not a Doctor Who fan, you've probably heard what happened to the Timeless Children. There's no more numbered doctors. William Hartnell is no longer the first Doctor, and the Doctor is now originally a little black girl. It looks like we're most certainly seeing her parents in this. We've never known who the Doctor's mom and dad were. We've only known a grandchild and basically a clone child, a clone copy that was called the Doctor's daughter, but it was actually DNA read from a little clip that made like instant soldiers. And we hear an anecdotal story here and there from when I was a boy, or I knew the Master when I was a boy. We heard little things over 50 something years, and it was just enough. It was perfect. And the big mystery, it kind of fell flat, but I love the buildup of the Doctor's name meaning something, like being the answer to something that we'll never know, but that episode 6 or no, season 6, when it ends with, I'm forgetting his name now, the head.
Doctor Who. Oh,
ooh, and I'm like, fuck yeah. That was like, oh
yeah.
God, that was good.
You know the question, Doctor. The question which must never be answered. Doctor Who?
And Matt Smith gets in his TARDIS and kind
of looks around, looks back. Time to go dark, baby.
Yep. Oh, at the end.
Well, the answer is Tecteun.
Tecteun. That's the answer. I think it would have made more sense if the master was the timeless child. E-Man 357 for $5.
I don't think it would.
No. I mean, like, if you're trying to make more sense out of stuff, I understand that, but no, the master needs to be another Time Lord. That went wrong. That's the
you have a fleshed out race, and Chibnall's just gone MacGuffin. Fuck you, MacGuffin. We'll keep the fleshed out race. Thank you very much indeed. But MacGuffin. No. The Timeless Child doesn't. If the Timeless Child doesn't need to exist, shouldn't exist, has nothing to do with Gallifrey, Time Lords, fuckity bye.
Yep. Time Lords were just a thing that were added on later to this new story now. They're just a thing that happened to Doctor Who or to the Doctor or whatever the fuck her name is now. What is it? To Portal Baby? They're just
I think it's Cunt Monster.
Yeah, it's just a little era in this in Portal Baby's life. A little blip on the radar, not the whole foundation of the show. It's gone. So make them pay, folks.
And needless to say, the problems it's caused from the past. Why the Doctor got another set of regenerations from Gallifrey to give to Matt Smith didn't make any sense. None of all the things that this doesn't make any sense of anymore.
Well,
so they had to implant, because to make the Doctor work, they had to implant everybody's fucking mind with this person being completely fucking different now. Are you saying the whole of fucking Gallifrey is in on it?
Yeah, and everybody who's met this other Doctor, like, never. I mean, like, of all the paths they've crossed, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, I had no problem with the new set of regenerations. I think they could have played with that, but it doesn't matter anymore, because you're right. Nothing makes sense. Nothing fucking matters anymore. And they just went, oh, we want to make everybody special, Z, so we can't have anybody be special. Nobody's special.
It's added nothing. It's just destroyed.
No, it's pissed all over a dead body. That's what this episode was. And people should be pissed. And okay, so this is what I said before. Like, don't buy Big Finish. Don't buy figures. Don't buy books. Don't give any money to anybody who gives any money to fucking Doctor Who. If you want to, like, still collect and stuff, you can do everything secondhand if you want to, or you stop. But if you want this stuff to stop, you got to stop buying it. You got to stop buying it, like, period. And it's up to you. But, like, covering stuff still, it's unless I see a major change with this Doctor, like, as I'll watch one RTV episode, and then I will either call it or we'll see if it's going forward. It'll have to be pretty fucking compelling.
That the announcement of who the next Doctor is going to play a massive part in whether or not I can be bothered to do that.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to get that until, and I agree, till what, July next year?
Yeah, I think we're going to get it. We're not going to get it anytime soon. Put it that way.
Yeah, I don't know if they've even decided yet. I doubt it.
I don't think so. Probably not.
There
might be a few discussions. There's probably some names on some lists.
Yeah. How you doing, bud? Doing all right? I got to dip out of here.
I'm okay. Do whatever you need to do, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna read some of these because this is a fucking another fucked up moment, another fucking timeless children moment.
Pretty much.
Just going through to see if Kelly Johnson, I read that one. Steve Nordles, Tom. I'm going to make sure I did it. Donald Rude, I've read that one. Thank you for suffering so the rest of us don't have to, says Fake for $9.99. It's okay. We're still suffering. We're telling you guys. And I think the Russell T. Davies hiring brought a lot of hope back. But as I said in my video, I'm like, temper that, because I think Russell T. Davies is coming back to. I think he thinks he can save the legacy by continuing the things that have already happened, and he's also a BBC guy.
The ray of light is this isn't a BBC production.
Yep.
The ray of light is this will be a Bad Wolf production, and they will have creative control over the show, not the BBC. So if Russell does pull a bait and switch and decides to get rid of all that fucking timeless child nonsense, I think he'll become a legend. But this is the problem, Gary, and this is the big problem as to probably why it never happened and probably why I should just dip out now, is that this Whitaker run is being associated with inclusion and diversity and fucking they themism and all that fucking weirdo shit. So if it's taken away, if it's removed, then it'll be called an attack on you know what.
Yep.
I ironically from a gay man, which would be just stupid, but that's how it'll be. And so that's probably why we're fucked.
Oh,
with this now, we're just fucked.
And I would have to talk to some of my collector friends out there. I still poke around and get, keep an eye on Doctor Who stuff, right? There's some things I don't have that are very fucking rare. And so I'm always poking through, and when I get bored, I'll go just look at shit on eBay. So I have been noticing a steep drop in interest in Doctor Who collectibles, even with the classic stuff. For instance, a Doctor Who Complete Series 1 through 7 limited Blu-ray gift set. Fucking rare. This thing is rare. I bought it back in 2013. It was a 50th anniversary thing. It came with an 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver remote, not one that clicks open like they made later by the Corp, which are fucking awesome, and I have them. But it's a good product. Plus, it has an exclusive comic. It has a bunch of art, and it was the first time the new series was on Blu-ray. Legitimately, that thing used to go for $1,400, even as much as 2 years ago. One just sold on eBay for $100.
Oh,
$100, which is well below what it cost retail. So I still see it other places going for $200, $300, $400. The thing was going for $1,400 and you couldn't find it. Now people are just fucking dumping them. Things like the complete Capaldi years gift set going for $50-$60 now. Used to be $200, $300. You're seeing just a huge drop in value in a lot of the stuff. People are dumping their collections. It's sad to see. That's not anything I'm ever going to do, but if we want this to stop,
sorry, dude. The guy who's in the Guinness Book of Records for collecting Doctor Who said he's stopping collecting now.
Really? Was that Ian?
Yeah, Ian, and I'm sure he put something that he was kind of like so despondent or something, or upset by this Doctor Who now that he's just gonna not collect any more memorabilia.
Yeah.
I feel Haz's sigh from across the Pennines. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of, it just does kind of feel like another timeless children moment.
It really does. And it just solidified it. But what made it worse is Tecteun just dying. They just killed her. And now but it makes it meaningless. Everything's going to get reset, including Tecteun somewhere out there. And by the way, to show how meaningless the Time Lords are, remember when we thought this might be Omega, the passenger might be Omega? Where's Rassilon?
Where's Omega? Where's well
meant something.
Remember the Doctor's mum, maybe? Remember that with Tennant?
Yep.
End of time.
Is that Tecteun now?
Maybe. Oh. Probably Tecteun.
Fuck off! No. Fucking no. Sorry, I even fucking brought it up.
But it can't be Tecteun. Do you know why, Gary? Because why would the Doctor have remembered her? Because she took all his fucking memories away.
She took all his memories. So
why don't you recognize me?
We've only seen the White Doctors. There's thousands of others, and you just diluted the shit out of the show, broke the origin. There's no coming back from this, kids.
That's so weird, though. Because those White Doctors just seem to come across those old White Doctors, the other White Doctors. Never seem to come across any other Doctors.
No, they were just clueless doctors who are only aware of certain portions of their lives. The probably the less significant ones. The Time Lord. What's the division meant for the Time Lord to have it? This is Kang. This is Kang. The division willed it. The division by time. They interfered everywhere. They had people everywhere. When they needed stuff to change, they made it change. Why?
Fixed points in time?
I don't know.
The division.
Time Lords
is so fucked.
And like this is Az's reaction right after the show, and me with about a half hour to think about it. Give me a day or two. Give me a day or two to go through it. And listen, I'm not the only one. There's going to be a lot of people assaulting this. Bowles Trek is out there. Just keep the name, buddy. Just keep the name.
Just keep Bowles Trek.
I am team. Keep the name. I love them though, unconditionally.
And Zach, your diversity in comics, not comics matter.
Yeah, please. I've been saying that. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are. Dan's going to have a lot to say.
Well, Dan's just had something to say. He's just said, "I don't think I've ever had this many likes and retweets in such a short period ever. Now I'm really worried. What the fuck is Mr. Chibnall?" Well, I'm adding the fuck. He put what the F. But what the fuck has Mr. Chibnall done to the show this time? I guess I'll find out tomorrow. Oh, so Dan hasn't even seen it.
Dan hasn't even.
Oh, no.
Dan, it's the double down. It's the double down. Here, I got it.
Oh, no.
I did tweet it. I did say, and there it is. Timeless Children, double down. R.I.P. Doctor Who. Every past Doctor has been tainted. Fuck Chibnall. Fuck the BBC. That's all I've managed to get out before I started this. I've got a lot.
I just tweeted out, fuck Doctor.
Fuck this, man. All right, I'm going to read a couple more and then I got to go.
Good. Okay.
And I'm going to, if I missed it, it'll be in the square up. There's Java Bean. Fucking Java Bean.
Okay.
I love Java Bean. For $7.99, it says, just hearing about this is painful, let alone watching. Thank you both for your courage. Hail to both of you from the future. R.I.P. Doctor Who. Hashtag SOS Australia. Yeah, Java Bean does the best Tom Baker impression I've ever heard. And
you were telling me that you telling me that yesterday.
Yeah, he's in the police state of Australia. And
I don't know.
I think you might. I can't do it. I think you might be right. No, I got to warm up to it. I think you might be right. I think you might be right. Now I sound like fucking Gomer Pyle.
Who knows?
Who
knows?
You know what? Everybody, go watch some.
But I think you might be right.
Go watch your favorite episode of Doctor Who after this. Cleanse your palate. Remind yourself why you loved it. And that will re-spark your anger to not support this shit in any way, shape. I mean, like, cancel your Big Finish subscriptions. I did. That was hard. I got a fuckload of Big Finish that I haven't even gotten through yet, which is good because now I can get through the older stuff that wasn't fucking woke as shit. And it sucks. We got Eccleston working for Big Finish now, and I don't want to listen to any of his shit. Tom Baker's still doing stuff. I mean, it's fuck. That's where the 8th Doctor got his proper respects. Dark Eyes. I mean, the 50th anniversary Big Finish thing was fucking great. It was so fucking good. You guys are excited for RTD to return to Doctor Who, but what difference does it make why they bring the wind what they bring to the window of the insane asylum for you to see? They are still in straitjackets and not free to do what they want. Fizenthorpe, I don't know if you heard. Well, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good point to bring up. So Bad Wolf has creative control, but BBC would still have final say on things unless they worked a deal where, nope, whatever we make, you got to take. I can't, there must be, because that's kind of like how the Tolkien estate has it with Amazon, right? The Tolkien estate cannot, they don't have say over scripts. They can reject concepts, but once that fucker's in a script, it's in a script and they can't do anything about it. So they bring concepts to them. And I'm wondering if it's the same thing. So Fizenthorpe, you probably have a good point there.
But even if Russell T Davies is just like, Timeless Children lore staying, but we're gonna have a just good old time in the box, I'm still done. I'm still done.
Agreed.
Hartnell is number one. Hartnell is the first fucking Doctor, and how dare you fucking spit over Verity Lambert and people like that who fucking put him there.
You just had it was her birthday a couple days ago, right? So lovely woman. By the way, Tom points out for £2 British, a second cliffhanger was Swarm about to touch someone. Good point. You ended a cliffhanger the same way twice. You fucking hack. Spy 721 for $10. Doing my research, I've come to the conclusion that Gary is better than Az at The Witcher.
Thank you.
Me.
Fuck you,
guys.
How dare you?
How dare you, Spy?
How dare you?
Well, I'm just not leaving the room so I can stare at Yennefer's ass all the time. So,
dude, I've just finished part 19 today or whatever. You can't get out a fucking door. You can't open a door.
Can't open a door. I'm not gonna. Hey, I suck.
I was cross-dressing today with my boys.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. We got drunk and then we put all the Yennefer's clothes on and tried to teleport in some women to bang.
Oh, that's what somebody screen capped that, right? So
it was hella funny.
Here's one of the only games I'm good at. Is right there.
Ayo.
And then that's Star Wars one in the back. I play those from time to time. They're fun. Those 1-up arcade games, those little things right there. You can get them at, I mean, I know they go for like thousands of dollars, but you can get them at discounted prices at like Walmarts and stuff for half off. They're fucking worth their weight in gold. I love it. Fuse Box Outlaw Nights issue 1 is in demand, all printed, ready to help. Help Fund issue 2. It's action packed and sexy as hell. Everything non-mainstream. Cool. So it's called Fuse Box. Is it on Indiegogo? You better get on Indiegogo while you can. It's okay, as Batwoman is back in Flash in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm not doing the Flash, so I don't have to deal with that. She's back in January. That's the next time you're getting a Batman video. Fucking January.
It's all right. We got some Doctor Who videos coming out soon, and I got a Hawkeye video, and I'm sure you've got Doctor Who ratings video to come out. You got all, no shortage of work.
Review and ratings video for Doctor Who tomorrow. Then I got a Cowboy Bebop stream tomorrow. Real BBC Tuesday. Fully Articulated Wednesday. Calamari Boys Squid Game episode 5 Thursday. Friday Night Tights Friday, and that's just the streams.
That's just streams.
It's not even the videos that I'll be producing. That's just the fucking streams.
I've got Hawkeye, Doctor Who, Star Trek Discovery. I'm going to do a review of the first 2 episodes because why the fuck not? They're fun. You could at least laugh at those, but the damage this show has done. 007 Southpaw for $5 says, thank God, yes. When I saw your tweets, I was hoping you guys would do another stream together. Didn't see the episode, but I feel like this will be good. Well, I felt like, hey, it was a good stream. We had a lot of people watching. People were engaged. And it's a lot like the Timeless Children. People need to talk about this shit. Express, of course, you want to do it like an adult, but express your anger, express your feelings. I would love to hear Russell T Davies announce that Hartnell is the first Doctor.
Oh, amen.
But they could come out and say that and then make Dr. Ruth the second Doctor. And no. There's fucking 12 doctors. That's it. The only thing I'll accept. It's unbelievable, dude.
I was just looking when I was trying to see that Doctor Who Timeless Children reaction that I did, and I was just looking through the titles of some of the videos that Doctor Who videos that are done, and at the end of the Timeless Children, the BBC essentially said, "We don't care about your feedback. We have your license fee." And they said something along the lines of the license. The license fee can be used as it is. So, the BBC, they don't give 2 shits about this. They don't, but maybe this used to be such a strong franchise for them internationally to make money off. Now it's just a tragic woke disaster.
It was number 2
behind Top Gear.
And Top Gear was a show like everybody, at least, especially when I was working in the automotive industry, everybody would talk about it. Like every fucking episode, everybody would talk about it. Hey lads, question for you both. If Doctor Who dropped this woke shit tomorrow, who would you cast as the next Doctor? Keep up the good work, lads. Take care, says Dr. Sace for 10 British pounds, proper British money.
Ruby Rose.
Oh, I think
sorry.
No, it's okay. I've given this thought because I was asked last week and I didn't give it any thought because I just have no hope for the show. So I had given this some thought. And I think you're at a point where you need to bring back a classic Doctor who's existed before for a season. Get people fucking ramped back up into the show. You can definitely do that with the 60th anniversary through whatever. Just make a regeneration thing, whatever. Which Doctor would I bring back? Either Eccleston or Paul McGann.
I would like them just, instead of doing like a series, just do an Eccleston, even if it's a 2-parter or a special. Something. Give him something that can add a little bit of flesh onto those number 8 bones, because he's looking fucking great. Still, he's looking great. He's in great shape. Looks great. I think he's enthusiastic for it. I think it make a lot of people happy.
Other than that, a young British actor, it would have to be a Brit. And as long as it's male and the person, preferably a character actor who isn't not like some strapping, handsome leading man. Matt Smith was quirky enough. David Tennant was quirky enough. Eccleston was quirky enough. Capaldi. You can't. They don't make Capaldi.
Good.
Yeah. But I've said him in the past, and it's just really hasn't changed. But I'm not like up to speed on who the new British hot talent is, because fucking movie stars are just not. I mean, they're so replaceable now.
Chick Ejiofor 4. I mean, he's an amazing actor. I love him as an actor. I'd be that interested to see what he could bring to the table.
That's why I picked like a few years ago. He's too big time now, but
I think he's too big. I think he's too big time. He's a Hollywood guy.
The Timeless Child storyline would have been so much better if it were the Master. That was the Timeless Child. It would make his psychosis tragic. I like his psychosis I love what they did with his psychosis. He stared into the time vortex, and it affects people differently. And
some take it in their stride. Some go, no, not for me, and some go fucking crazy.
And it's right.
The doctor tells himself. He said he looked into it, and I fucking ran. I looked into it and I ran.
When Peter Capaldi said, "Doctor, I let you go," you could hear it in his voice, his heart breaking in real time, moved me to tears, and I knew that was the end. And how did you and Az feel at that scene?
I love Capaldi.
I turned it off before he regenerates. Right when he started to go back, clicked it off.
Wow.
Did not watch the regeneration.
Well, you missed Jodie crashing the car.
I heard she did that. So
fucking women drivers. Okay, are we
done?
We done?
I got to catch up. Yeah, sorry. This was only supposed to go an hour, but it was such a. If I missed anything, I'll make it up on my next live stream. Be it like maybe we'll read some on Real BBC. If there's a nooner tomorrow, but my work is piling up, so there probably won't be one, but I'll just pay attention to the website. Right now it's scheduled. If I get my 3 videos done in the next 2 days, sure. That never happens, but I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry for the BBC. I'm sorry entertainment has decided to shun you, degrade you, clown you, ridicule you, minimize your importance as an individual customer of Doctor Who, not a consumer. I am sorry they treated you like a consumer, and they called you things like racist, misogynist. I'm sorry for all that for the BBC. They're not sorry, but I'm sorry as a fan. You had to go through this just trying to fucking enjoy something, and it is important to our culture. That's why we talk about it, because look at our world right now. Look at our fucking world right now. You don't think the entertainment industry over the last 4 years has had any part to play in this at all? None? Really? You don't think so? Well, I know some people watch entertainment for confirmation biased, and that's what this is. I have yet to see somebody make a video fully explaining why this is good. They spend so much time complaining about us, but I never see them making videos on why they like what they like. Because they don't. As plug away.
No, very good point. You can find me here, and I spewed out all the stuff earlier about live streams and whatnot. So you can catch me here, Heel versus Babyface on YouTube.
Russell T. Davies gets back Christopher Eccleston and reverses the Timeless Children. Jay Hardy 0786 for $19.99. I would accept anything. If he just came out and said those last 3 seasons, Capaldi's regeneration, just stop it right there and I'll put somebody in. That would fix the show. You still wouldn't get everybody back. You still wouldn't get everybody back. Again, I apologize. I couldn't get to all of them. I will do a square up on my next live stream for this show because we're going to be talking about Doctor Who a lot this week, especially when more people see it. It has not aired here in the United States. So there's like, a couple 100,000 people who are going to see it tonight.
Yeah, about 200,000. That's about it.
All right. Az, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next week for the finale. Maybe hopefully we can talk Mahler into getting on that one too. That'd be kind of cool, but he's a busy guy. And we will be talking about this a lot more, especially on the Real BBC on Tuesday on my channel at 10 a.m. So please join us then. Thank you to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a donation or a super chat. They are greatly appreciated. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Cheers.